Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. Yes, it's another ring, another jewelry tutorial. I'm sorry. What I'm going to do is show you how I made this cute little dangly ring. I did go to Michael's today and I did get some 18 gauge wire. It's German style wire. It's plated, but it does work way better. So I ended up getting that. I got some, these are semi-precious gems. They are quartz. And then I did get some glass beads as well. So I saw these and I was like, oh, these are going to make some really cute earrings. So once I can figure out how to make them, then I will show you because I am just learning, guys. So, let me see. I'm probably going to use one of these, oh no, we're not. We're making a charm one. Never mind. Never mind. I got too much on my brain here. All right, so I just made like a second one because I wanted to see size-wise. So I ended up cutting 8 inches, and this is the size that I came up with, which is about a 5.5. So I'm gonna use 12 inches because I want to make this for my daughter. She has been wanting one of these dangle ones for a long time as well. And these are the little dangly beads that I got. So I used this one, and I'm going to probably do a black one for her. I know she likes black pearls. So, and if she doesn't like it, I can always change the color. So I'm going to start with the 12. I'd rather have too much than not enough. Especially, I'm just learning. So, yeah. And that's, you know, why I'm not buying the sterling silver right now. Because I need to figure out what the crap I'm doing here. So I'm just straightening any kinks in the wire. And this also helps firm the wire. So there's a little kink right in there. There we go. All right. So the first thing that we want to do is find our like center point. So we're going to make a small loop. So I'm going to use the small part of this bale plier. And I'm going to bring one around, and then we'll bring the other one around. So we have a little loop. I'm going to put my thing back on it. I'm going to see if using my pliers will help or hamper me. I'm going to start with the underneath one because I just want to bend this out. I'm going to use my finger so that it's going in the opposite direction. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, pushing in, but also pulling out. So we have something like that. And then I'm going to use my chain nose to kind of close this in. And then again, we're going to just straighten out our wire. I know yesterday's video was really raw and uncut because I still don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I'm showing you my process of learning. So I'm going to put this, I want it to be like around an 8. So I'm going to hold it and I'm going to bend that around, and we're going to bend the other side, and we're just going to cross right over. Trying to keep that straight. And keeping that in the middle. And then we'll just come up like this. So now I've got to straighten my little tabby out here. And I want to pull these tight. And that's the hardest thing, is, you know, trying to keep it on the mandrel and be able to work with it and keep it where you want it. Especially when you have things sticking up like that. All right, let me just pull with some pliers here. I want to get that as snug as I can possibly get it, so that our bands will stay the same size. So with this style of ring, whatever size you make is the size your ring is going to be. Whereas the ones I made yesterday, you got to kind of make them like a size bigger. All right, so that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm just going to move this one down out of my way a little bit. We're going to take this and we are going to wrap it right around this loop. All right, get that out of my way so I can bring this in. So I'm going to bring that right. Right around like that. And then I'm going to cut this off in the back. And then we will tuck that in. So I'm grabbing that a little bit and trying to retighten it just a smidge. Where are my flats? I gotta get another pair of these ones. These ones, no, not those. Oh, right here. And I can snip this a little bit more. tuck it in. There we go. And let me re-straighten my ring here. I mean, the ring is almost done, guys. It's really that easy. And then we're gonna take this one, maybe if I lay it down. And that's the thing, you gotta figure out like what works for you when you're trying to get something done. Yeah, that definitely worked better. Definitely, that worked much better. So I'm gonna snip that off right there. And we're gonna tuck that in. Just like that. And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna turn this a half a turn so that it's standing this way. Yeah. And then that also helps tighten your bands down. So here we have our ring, and it's an 8. So we can take you know, we could take one of these, like a little shell, and dangle it. Or we can take one of these. So I'm just going to give her one of these. And this already has the little jump ring on it. So all I'm going to do is take this little jump ring here, with 2 pairs of pliers, because this is a really nice firm out. Clip it on the ring. And then close her up. And we have our beautiful little dangly ring. So yeah, I'm definitely, you know, starting to get the hang of like certain things. It's just learning like the inches. So, you know, I'm going to keep a journal of what I'm doing and the sizes and stuff like that. So I do want to make another ring like this just to see how it looks in the 18 gauge wire. So again, we're just going to measure the 12 inches. That seems to be a good number for me. I don't know why, but it does. So I also made this ring last night, which was fairly simple, and I made another bracelet, and I fixed this one so that it stays in the middle because I had it off sides. It was too big. And I did purchase this. It came in, and this is just like a wire wrap. So I've got a few ideas that I want to do with some bracelets. So we will have that coming up soon. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And that's the 18. That's the 16. And I'm going to use the 20 for our center wire. And see how that works. All right. I had to stop and think for a minute what I was doing. I'm going to straighten this, and then we're going to make our little loop. So definitely the gauge of your wire is definitely important for sure. And where's my thing? And we are going to, let's see, we're going to use the middle one. I don't know what these dimensions are, guys. I do have a new one coming, so hopefully it will tell me what the measurements are, so then I can kind of help, you know, figure that out with you guys. So I could have gone bigger, but we'll do the smaller bead. It might be a little bit more difficult, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna cut the end and pull one bead off. Now I got to get containers to put my beads in and write what they are. So we're going to feed this through. And again, in the middle, let's just straighten our wire here. Hang on. I mean, this wire even flattens out better. And this will be the last ring tonight. I want to keep this a somewhat shorter video for you guys. Okay. So before I do that, I'm going to bend, I'm going to bend this to try to get this in the middle. So I'm not going to go right up to the loop. I'm going to come out a little bit and let me see here. All right. Just trying to get it more closer in the center. But if it's, you know, it's not 100%, that's totally fine. Because you don't have to. It's just a picky thing. I will master it. I guarantee you, I will master it. So the next video, I promise, will be a, it'll be a resin one for those of you resin lovers. All right, and then we're going to take this and we are going to wrap it around 3 or 4 times. And I'm really going out here, so I got to pull this back in. You just, wherever your wraps are, you want to make sure that they're about the same place on both sides. And I'm going to do, that's 5 loops. So I'm going to do 5. We'll squeeze these together. Now, if any of you people do the wire wrapping and you have any little tidbits, please let me know. I'm going to cut that tail and we're going to tuck that in. Okay, no sharp edge. We're going to flip this over and we're going to do the same thing on this. So I started down a little bit, so I'm going to start down on this one as well. And yeah, I think that'll be about the same distance. There we go. That's 3, 4, and 5. I always seem to do better with one side of my wrapping than I do the other. And I don't know why. I'm doing it on the same side. All right, so I'm gonna make this one for my daughter too, because I'm running out of fingers, guys. All right, so we're gonna hold that and we are gonna bring this one right around, and then we'll bring this one right around. All right, so I'm gonna go even a little bit bigger because I know that when I start wrapping this bottom, I'm gonna lose, you know, some of my sizing. So I need to straighten my little piece here. I didn't have that quite straight when I started, so. And then you want to make sure that your wires on the bottom are not crossing over, you know, so that they're all next to each other. Okay. So we'll hold these together. Let me try to straighten these out just a smidge here. And again, you want to line your pliers with the center of your stone. And I definitely have way too much extra, but that's okay. And then we're just gonna gotta find a spot on your pliers that, or a pair of pliers that you really can grip with. And you want these as close as you can get them. Okay. Why are my pliers not working? All right. I am oh my gosh, guys. There we go. Come on. Get in here. when I am not filming, I don't even struggle like this. I don't understand. Maybe because I know I don't know what I'm doing and I get nervous. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna loop this around. Because the one that I made with the 16 gauge, it's comfortable, but it's chunky. It's really chunky on the bottom, and I don't like that. So that's why I wanted to make another one so that we can see, you know, what the difference is on the bottom. All right, so I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to hold it back with my hold it in the middle. I'm going to try to squeeze that tighter. And I will straighten this back out after. There we go. No. In there. Thank you. I need that to move over just a little bit. There we go. All right. So yeah, I guess with me, I'm probably better off using my fingers to hold it. Than the pliers. Okay. And then we're gonna cut this. Cut that about there. And we'll feed that around. Give that a little squeeze. All right, so I have 2 on this side and I have 3 on this side, so I'm gonna snip one of these off. So that we have the same amount on both sides. All right, now we're gonna put back on the mandrel. We're gonna get it shaped. We'll separate our little bands here. And we'll take our hammer and we're just going to hammer that gently. And there is our ring. And this one ended up being like a 9.5. So whatever I did, I ended up making this one bigger. But, so it's definitely flatter because see this one? See how chunky that looks? It's driving, I feel like my stone is always on the bottom. It isn't rough, but it feels like the stone. This is what I like. You can't even feel this, you know, indentation at all. So yeah, so those are, where did I put her ring? Now did I already lose it? No, it's right here. So these are the 2 rings that we made tonight. Definitely coming out much better. You know, less of a struggle. So I'm slowly getting there. They look, you know, a little bit more even. So yeah. So I'm liking this 18 gauge. It is still a firm wire, but it's not as chunky, anywhere near as chunky as the other one. Just tightening up my little ribs. So yeah, I will leave you with that tonight. So we did do another new design, and I am working on some bracelets, but you know, I'll get a few figured out and then I will do a video on it. So, and then I also want to try earrings. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of stuff coming up, guys. Alrighty, thanks for joining me. If you're still here, I'm having so much fun doing this, and it's really giving my hands a chance to heal from the resin. So yeah, this is going to be an alternative when my hands are really broken out, guys. So hopefully you enjoy these videos as much. Alrighty, guys, I will talk to you on the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Good, bad, ugly, I don't care. I mean, I'm just learning, so we can all learn together. Alrighty, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.